Welcome back to Crypto Talk. So while everyone was focused on Trump coin and now the new Melania coin, and it is sucking all the liquidity out of altcoins, Bitcoin decided to run last night. So Bitcoin did a flash dip from basically 106 down to 99.5 and then did an immediate bounce over the next 12 hours up. So we have put a new all-time high in. If you're going to play this is very simple. I talk about playing ranges all the time. There's always a range within a range. So everything down below at the moment doesn't matter until we break below 99 again. So we can just set up some raise here. So we want to look at the high, currently speaking, and then we want to look at the low. So this is also the back test of the value area high, which was textbook perfect. And it was also just above back testing the breakout of the bull flag that I had pointed out. So this was a double confirmation, in my opinion, that we're moving higher. I said before, you hold 102,500, we're running up to 14,000. We haven't hit 14,000 yet. I think we're going to stair step our way up. Here on the hourly, you're holding above key moving averages. You're holding above the previous week high. So we're really right now holding above all support. So if you could hold above this 106.5, we'll call it 400, you're doing really, really well. Kind of waiting to see if this is just going to be a consolidation up here, then a push higher. New York will dictate that. I don't recall if markets are open on Martin Luther King Day, and it's also the inauguration of President Trump today, so I don't know which one of those is going to happen. Or see, I don't know. This could be come back down to the weekly VWAP here. Bounce. Right now we're bouncing on some key low time frame levels. This is the 50 EMA here in the green. And we're holding some key supports and resistance flips. I don't expect us to move. We could. We'll have to wait and see. If we get some New York style money pushing in liquidity wise, we would. So really there's not much else to talk about, guys. We're either targeting 110 or we're targeting 99. So play accordingly. Money flow is trying to leave, but now it's come back in again. So I'm waiting to see this is a dead cat bounce. This is usually going to be a double, like a W pattern in some way, shape, or form. This is reversal. So you're going to see some kind of a stair step. It looks like this, and then you're going to look to blow. Right? So you definitely want to see stair steps. Stair steps are something that add order blocks and support under you. You don't want to see these massive wicks up. They usually come 3/4 of the way crashing back down. So there's nothing here to hold it up on this side, but luckily we have a whole ton of orders block over here to hold us up. And for shits and giggles, let's pull up this little tiny range here. Let's do from here to here. Yeah, and there you go. We're holding this value area high. Down here at the weekly VWAP is the POC. So really, I don't see us going much farther below the 104,500 on our way up to, in my opinion, 125,000 is the next stop. That's up here. Yeah, there you go, up there. But I really want to see us hit and hold 114 first. Then we could talk about that. If we just wick into it and Trump come back down, you're going to be targeting much lower. It's a liquidity grab. So that's Bitcoin on the whole. We're just getting started, guys. So you have the most pro crypto legislation coming in. Myself as a business owner and someone in the blockchain space, I can't wait till we have some regulation so we can have some guidance. We don't have a sandbox to play in here in the United States. The United States is behind the rest of the world a lot by several years now, thanks to the previous administration and Gary Gensler. So I'm excited to see what happens. Just give us what's taxable, what's not taxable, what's a security. We need to know all this information and have some regulation drawn out so we can market to U.S. customers. Right now, U.S. customers are kind of excluded for companies like myself. We have to target the rest of the world, Europe, Asia, the Middle East. So I'd love to include you guys in what we're offering, which is, I think, pretty freaking revolutionary, which we'll get into in a different video. All right, Trump coin. This is Trumpy. We took a dumpy. We did a Trump Tua, if you haven't seen that one yet. Someone did a great AI video of taking Hawk Tua and Trump together and putting it on there. And it's pretty much Trump's face with long hair and earrings. Pretty funny. It's just hard to see. I mean, it's technically a big bull flag. I'm still targeting as high as $300, which would put us at a $60 billion market cap for Trump if it continues its volume push. There is an emission schedule on our website. You can see, I think the team has a 6-month hold on all their tokens. I want to say it's something ridiculously large, like 60 or 80% of all the tokens are still in the locked out phase, which means price can evenly or quickly flow in this time frame, the next 6 months, or until the first lockout, which I forget. I think it's in 6 months. So you have a lot less tokens to play around with, which means price can go up much higher. If you're going to hit that $60 billion market cap, you're likely to hit it before that release of that emission schedule. Otherwise, you're just going to get dumped on by the insiders in the Trump family. But now this was much easier to get into, and thankfully this was put on centralized exchanges. Let Bitunix faster. If you don't have an account with them, check my link below. They're pretty freaking awesome. I've left Mexi completely now. So not just them, but also Melania token is also on Bitunix, and on a few other ones as well. I think even now Trump tokens on Coinbase if you wanted to just buy spot. But it's pretty sad. I mean, Solana was clogged up to the point where you couldn't even buy it. I tried with a bot for 30 minutes to get a Melania coin at like $2.50, and then I just gave up after 30 minutes and then sent the funds back to my trading account. So silly. So Trump coin actually looks kind of bullish at the moment. I could see again like a double bottom, fake out, breakdown, kind of retest this 42 to 46 level, and then move higher. I won't even analyze Melania coin. There's really not enough data left. That looks like crap, really. It's like a double top bearish pattern. So that's that. We have, all right, on our way up here to our lovely accumulation range, right? So what do we got? Let's see. Pull this over again. Move you over. We've been talking about this for a long time. You have this reaccumulation phase from a Wyckoff accumulation, schematic number 1. So you had the creek, the breakout, the back test. Once we hit the 114, in my opinion, we're hitting this number 13 LPS before we have an SOS to 125. So we'll have to wait and see if that happens. If and when that happens, it didn't get the dump down I wanted, but we already had a back test. It looks like it had 1, 2. Actually, you already did. Excuse me. My Mongo Pro Trader's in the way. Let me turn this off. There you go. My buy signal's in the way. You had the exact dump I was looking for, but a much sharper reaction. So you can see here, and let me delete this. It's a nice W pattern here. Nice W. Super bullish. So I'd like to see this come up, hit my 114, back test the breakout of 108, and then consolidate on top of it to really show support and then push up to 125. In my opinion, that would be the SOS. And then we would start to look at a new range. There is another bearish perspective here we need to be aware of and be very cautious of. This could just be a complete liquidity grab. We've already had break in structure bullishly up. So we've grabbed all the liquidity up here. Well, we've got an entire line of liquidity down here. So let's pull my curve here. So everything under here has not been taken. This is all liquidity that could be grabbed. Does it have to be? No. But I don't know if I have it up here. There's a CME gap, I believe, above us. Or maybe we just filled it. That's why we just pumped above it. So I think we dumped down and we filled the CME gap. There was a CME gap, I think, at 106, so it makes sense. We already filled it. Sorry, my brain's everywhere right now. But a nice W pattern. This is bullish in general. Again, if we hold those key levels I talked about above 106, you're back testing all these order blocks here. But we look good. This is on the daily. I won't drop down much more, but you need to be aware of that. We could also just come back down and sweep liquidity one more time, then go back up. So that would completely freak out retail. A flash crash like this, that's not exactly healthy, but that's what it has done all the time. But we've already done that, technically speaking. You've already grabbed liquidity with this $89,000 wick. You've grabbed most of this liquidity down here. So all this here is unmitigated. We'll probably get that in the bear market of 2026. So based on how high we get, I'll make a projection on where I think the low will be for October 2026. But if we hit the mid 200s or the mid 300s, that would be somewhere in that range. Be like a bear market low in like the upper 80s to mid 70s, which would be pretty sweet. So it really all depends how far up we go versus where I can make projections on how far down we go. All right, BLX chart, nothing's changed here. Still projecting October of 2025 as around the top. So what you're likely going to see, let me zoom out here to the monthly for you guys. And kind of like I've been talking about, people have been worried about the momentum waves on market Cipher B on the monthly. You've already starting to get a flat line, and this blue is starting to push up and eat up the gray. But also look at the tight RSIs that are flattening and starting to curve up. Money flow is curving back up. I said this almost the past month now that I'm expecting this VWAP yellow line here to come flatten out, not break the zero line, but literally just graze it and then push up. So I'm expecting this to be a much higher momentum wave. This could be up here towards the top, and then as it starts to round down, this could round down 2 to 3 months ahead of October. Momentum super high, and we have a blow off top in that time frame, creating a multi-month bearish divergence, which is totally possible, where we get like a red dot sometime in July, but market's still going haywire and crazy, and then your retail traders don't have access to really good indicators like market Cipher B, and they will have zero clue of what's coming, and then they're going to get their pants pulled down. So that's kind of what happens normally. So that's my thought process there. See the Bitcoin dominance here. Let's take a look at this guy. Really strong bounce up. Still expecting a rejection here shortly. So what is this? TradingView had a glitch this morning. I had 300 fucking notifications from this thing. So they were doing some updates, and my alarm here was triggering. But what this was triggering was very bullish. This was triggering the drop in the bearish break in structure of the tethered dominance. So which means there's a ton of stable coins flowing back into the crypto market as a whole. So we've had a rejection. I deleted everything last night. I was half asleep trying to get this thing to turn off all these stupid alarms, but it turns out it was TradingView doing an update, and it was not accepting my deletion of my alarm. But basically, this line here at 3.85%, bearish breakdown. I'm expecting this now to come and gap down to 2.46 over the next few weeks, over the next month. I believe I had like a 145 target for the top of the bull market, so somewhere down here. So remember, as all this starts to go down, that means more money is flowing back into crypto as a whole. So whether that's Trump coin, that's Bitcoin, that's Ethereum. You can see the Trump family has been swapping a ton of wrapped Bitcoin for Ethereum. So they're taking an Ethereum hedge here from a family and business stance. Doesn't mean that's the right call. I'm assuming they also hold Bitcoin as well, but they're moving a large position into Ethereum, which has been undervalued by a lot. So let's look at that one right now. Let me go out to the weekly here. Massive cup and handle with a breakout target of nearly 16,000. So complete and utter destruction. This is a great time, the DCA. It bounced off of the yearly VWAP at 3,000. So this is something I am watching. If you haven't, in many cases, this is actually better to leverage trade in terms of than Bitcoin. Bitcoin's already in blue sky territory and breakout. Ethereum is just chugging along in an accumulation range that's super, super bullish. So you're finishing the small handle here. Once this trigger wave prints on the weekly, it's rocket time for Ethereum, in my opinion. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. Let's look at the daily. Ethereum drives all the alts. So once this thing starts to really pumpy, and then the Bitcoin dominance dumpy, it's really going to push. Yes, those are super technical terms. Really struggling to get back above the weekly and the yearly VWAP, currently speaking. Get back above 3390, you're going to really run. Really flipped on the daily here. This green EMA is the 50. Get back above that. We're going to target the local highs at 41. And like I told you, we can stair step and make some deductions off of that. But actually, let me do that for you. I'm a huge fan of fib targets. I've always been. Let's do that. And by the way, we should probably set the previous all-time high here for you. If this chart is, I'm assuming Binance is correct. There you go. Here's your white line. We'll make it dotted or dashed. So we'll pull a fib from top to bottom there, right? So from the previous bull market high to the bear market low. And that's what you got. So really, after you break out, your first target's is $73.30. So $7,300. Second target's a 2618 up at $11,300. And then my target of 16,000 is right above the 3618, which is completely realistic. Some people are calling as high as 17 to 25,000. I think that's a little bullish in my opinion, but you never know. If we get global adoption in this cycle instead of next cycle, you get a Bitcoin strategic reserve, and then other countries start buying Ethereum as a hedge, then this could go much higher than people are expecting. But I'm just going off the TA. The TA tells me at the moment the max I can see is 16,000, which is in line with close to the 3618. So if I have any Ethereum at that point in time that I just want to trade, I'll be exiting out of those positions. I don't have much Ethereum at all. I usually just have a little bit. I usually have a little bit under half of Ethereum just for gas fees. So that will just be rolled into something else, which I think is more advantageous. Fusio, Blockguard, things like that. Band protocol, things that have more room to run. AI-driven coins. There's a lot of stuff that's coming up, guys. I'm telling friends that there's much better places for your money than XRP, which can do a 2 to 3x. There's other places that are still doing 10 to 20x's if you're just placing your money in the right spot. Nothing's guaranteed in crypto, but you'd be surprised. I think most coins still have a 4 to 6x left that aren't the major top 20. So, and that's being very conservative. A lot of those could be 6 to 8x left. And if you haven't been in this is your first bull market. The last 3 months of the bull market is literally straight up. So coins that you've been waiting to move, like Pulse Chain, just go vertically up for 3 months and then they crash. So don't get emotionally attached to your coins. Please sell. You can't realize these lovely gains you see on paper until you cash it out and say sell. So please do sell. All right, it's enough ranting and parenting at the moment. Sui. Where is Sui? Let's see. Sui's still in the accumulation range. It's actually a great time to buy it. It's at the bottom of the local range. It's below the weekly VWAP. This one has been sold off kind of hard. This one's also being accumulated by large venture capitalists. So A16Z, there's a lot of large companies that are still holding, or I should say advisory companies that are accumulating a lot of the stuff. So they won't tell you about it until it's in breakout territory and they've already accumulated all they wanted. So it's usually how that works. So this is one I think is worth holding along with Solana, even more so than Solana. I expect this one to outperform Solana. But that's that. Band protocol, has taken a dumpy, but it's nothing unusual. It hasn't set a new lower low, so it's just in a great time to purchase if you have any extra money. And most of us don't, so it's okay. So just hold. I'm just holding this one for a while. I've given my price targets. This could run as high as $60 to $80 at the peak. And this is one of those ones I think is going to surprise people. Even if it doesn't, if it runs to $15, it's still a 15x nearly. So I will keep you guys posted on Band. I haven't touched my bag there. Solana got a huge pump from Trump and Melania. Actually, it got a huge pump from Trump. It went from 230 basically up to, this is on 10-minute. No, this went from like 200 up to like almost 300, and the Melania dumped it from 300 down to like 230. So yeah, there was people were frustrated, including CryptoFace and Solana's ecosystem. It didn't work. Nothing worked. Things were congested, and you had congestion notices. Thankfully, even though my transactions for Melania token didn't go through on my bot, I was able to quickly send it back to the exchange to cash out and just reallocate those funds into trading. Literally, I was taking small positions and scalping short and long Trump for most of the time I had yesterday. So, seven successful trades. So nothing crazy. 20 to 100% based on my trade. So you don't have to make a ton of big trades, just make a ton of little positive trades. It's just about slowly accumulation. So I will update you guys on my $1,000 to $100,000 challenge. Just over $2,000 in that $1,000 account. Now keep in mind, I don't have time to full-time trade anymore. 2 businesses is kind of enough. And then Blockguard and Fusio is taking up all my time now in the background. So you guys will be shocked and surprised once we have some more information out from that. We will have our first AMA/Spaces with Mario Naval January 31st. And as we get closer to that date, I will keep you guys posted. So it's 11 days away. Here we are in AVAX, another one I'm very bullish on. I think this could hit $300 as well. At the very least, the all-time high is 150, so this has a long way to run. This is what I mean by there's better layer ones to put your money into that have more of a chance to run than Ethereum or even XRP. The XRP army may get mad at me at that one, but I think if you're already holding a big bag of XRP, I would diversify into something like AVAX, which is the layer 1 preferred for gaming at the moment. It's also been adopted by Bank of America and Citibank as their preferred layer 1. So not going to give any more on that one. You can see my computer is making a resistance level up here at 70, so you got a long way to go to even that. So the local resistance is coming in at 86. So it's something I didn't really point out to people. So on larger time frames, my Mongo Pro Trader gives you a nearly must sell and a must buy. So if it hits one of those targets or it gets really close to it, it's a really good buy. Bitcoin wicked. The $89,000 wick was like right above that level, so that was a great long purchase. Just saying, it's actually I shouldn't be shocked I made it, but I mean I'm pretty shocked at how well it actually works. So coding isn't always as perfect, and I used artificial intelligence for most of the coding, so pretty happy with it. As you can tell, my buy and sells are kind of on point here too. And if you want to get a hold of this, head over to the Patreon. You just jump in there for 1 month. You get the access to the Mongo Pro Trader for life, and then that's it, pretty much. And then I'll tell you how we're going to roll Mongo Pro Trader into some benefits for Fusio. Based on certain tier levels, you'll get it for free. KDAO is just an accumulation range. People got excited, it pumped up. But really, it's just sitting right on the point of control. So I'm happy with this. If you wanted to purchase something, I can't give financial advice, but it's a good spot to buy some. Caspa, same thing. Someone sold off a ton of Caspa recently, and it's another good spot. Bouncing off key levels. Guys, the whole market's primed to move. So it's just a matter of, I think once Trump takes office here, it's going to be gangbusters. Let's take a look at the rest of the stuff I have on here. Sorry, I don't have XRP pulled up, but XRP looks fine as well. XRP did back test a breakout of a bull flag, so XRP looked pretty bullish too. So I'll just tell you that instead of showing it to you. Casper looks good too, another accumulation spot. I wouldn't worry about that one. H-bar, probably the most bullish out of all of these. This is as close to what it looks like for Ethereum. This is about to break out as well. Here are your targets here. If you want to notate those, you can. 89 cents, then 142, and then 195. All right, BNB, then Aptos, and I'm off this thing. Nice icy snow day here in the Northeast. So Binance Coin, same thing. Bull flag breakout. This is just going to hockey stick. I mean, I haven't given a fib target yet, but I bet this thing could be a $3,000 coin by the end of the bull market. So it's just a large coin, so it'll move when it moves. It'll move with the entire market. But short term, I'm looking at 948 is my current short term target. And then lastly, Aptos, still ranging. Great time to buy it. It's in the middle of the range. You don't want to buy the top. You want to buy the bottom. So this is a good time to buy if you believe in the project. Actually, you've got bull divs here too on the daily. So this would be a good purchase in my opinion. Maybe wait for the green dot. If you don't have market Cipher B, I believe I have that link also in the description below. I can't tell you how amazing that tool is. I've used it a lot, especially in the money flow, the momentum waves are the biggest things I use. Once you get to learn how to use market Cipher B, it's nearly foolproof. You have to understand. This is why I've coded in Mongo Pro Trader. I believe between those two, you've got nearly a flawless combination. There's nothing I trust more than the money flow on any aspect, any time frame for any asset class than market Cipher B. Once that money flow starts to point, it is nearly unstoppable. Same thing. When it starts to go down, you can see it starts to dump. So money flow was already curving down here, and this was already selling off. I got a sell signal. Forget it. So I'll kind of explain more about that later. But I'll leave you guys with Trump coin. Everyone's talking about Trumpy Dumpy or Trump Tua. So we'll have to wait and see how this plays out. I had to shop around on indicators on TradingView. Hopefully there's more today, but there's very few that actually gave you accurate prices. So I stuck with Bitmart. It's not exactly a tier 1 exchange, but it's a tier 2. And it is bigger than some of the other ones I've never even heard of before that had this coin. So I wasn't really trusting their data. So this was pretty accurate to what I was seeing on Deck Screener. Now, mind you, this is just spot. They do have perpetual futures, but again, those are on some of the smaller exchanges, which I was using like, Bitunix. So my Bitunix account, I was actually using this chart to go off of. So I wasn't too worried about it. And obviously I had a flawless day of trading yesterday. So that wasn't an issue using this chart at all. Sometimes it can be. So I was using it in reference to the Deck Screener version, which is down here, I believe. I have it pulled up. Yeah, here. So I was looking at the buys and sells here because I don't have an order sheet, or excuse me, an order book to look at on that one. So I was looking at the reference when it starts to dump, and there's a delay. When this started to pump again with green, then I was looking at literally this guy starting to hit some key levels. There's a lot of confluence. You kind of got to know what you're doing. I've been doing this for a while, so that's what I was doing. So Trump coin is a good spot buy. In some cases, if you're okay with that, I don't think it's going to go too much lower. I think people who got in early made a ton of money. I think one guy got in with like $600,000 and walked away with like $9 million. Now, mind you, the average person doesn't have that kind of money, but if you got in like at this chart doesn't even show it. I think it came in like 19 cents. And then the average person didn't see it. I think I saw it first time. I thought it was a scam. It was like $2 or $3. So do the math. Even if you threw in $100 or $1,000 into that, it would have been a lot of money. So it is what it is. In this point in time, that was my cope. I took this short. That was a nice short. I didn't take this short. I wish I did, but this has a lot of opportunity left. I think a lot of the market's still focused on this, especially today with Trump being Inauguration Day. So I will leave you with that. Nothing I say is financial advice. Best of luck. You want to find me, head to Crypto Black Wall on Twitter, the Block Art Discord. Patreon, hit me over there if you want some private one-on-one coaching and access to the Mongo Pro Trader. And if you have any further questions, hit me up the DM. And I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks.